Hi everyone, welcome. We'll get started. Try to get started on time and trying to get you out of here on time as well. I'm Jessica Smith. I work for the Gear Up program at VSAC, and you are in I Wish I Knew That with Amy Dodge, who works for the Agency of Education and is zooming in with us today. Just a little bit of housekeeping. I'm here to help with Zoom, and then David and I are working together to help with running the mic because we have people online. So if you have a question, just raise your hand and we'll get a mic to you. But from that, I will turn it over to Amy.
Thank you, Jessica. I'm glad to be here and I'm glad you all could make it. Welcome to this presentation about I Wish I Knew That, programs to pursue before graduation. We have all kinds of good things in store for you in this hour. Move to the next slide. Jessica gave you a brief introduction. Amy Dodge. I'm the post-secondary programs coordinator for the Vermont Agency of Education. I work in the Student Pathways Division. Prior experience, I've spent time in public schools, the Community College of Vermont for a while as an advisor, and I worked for VSAC in the Gear Up program. So I have a little bit of background in this, that, and the other when it comes to dual credit and post-secondary planning for high school students. So glad to be here today. So we'll quickly just kind of go through our agenda. We're going to talk about flexible pathways, the flexible pathways toolkit, and then 3 different buckets of flexible pathways: college and high school, career in high school, and expanded learning in high school. And I'll have plenty of time for questions. We'll stop in between each section. So if you have anything you'd like to ask, please feel free. And those of you online, feel free to pop it in the chat, and we'll have that chat monitored so we can answer your questions there too. All right, so a quick overview of what flexible pathways are. So there's legislation called Act 77, or the Flexible Pathways Initiative. This initiative was created to increase engagement, encourage post-secondary continuation, and promote college and career exploration. All very important things. There are multiple types of flexible pathways, and today we're going to talk about 6 of them. So legislation also, we're going to talk about personalized learning plans while we're on this slide. It stipulates that all students in grades 7 through 12 have a personalized learning plan. And these plans are an educational approach that aims to customize learning. So when you're doing flexible pathways, there's a lot of customization in there. So this personalized learning plan is pretty critical when it comes to planning for these flexible pathways that we're going to talk about today. All right, so let's start talking about these flexible pathway programs. So flexible pathways are high quality, expanded learning opportunities, including academic and experiential components, which result in participants obtaining proficiency through experiences outside of the traditional classroom setting. I had to read that one from my notes. So flexible pathways allow a student to apply their knowledge and their skills to tasks or personal interests as part of personalizing their path through high school or through school. So for each of these pathways, we have talking points available to you, and we'll talk about that. We'll talk more about that. And I think, Jessica, there should be some in the room, some handouts. I'm not sure if Anna had a chance to do that, but we have handouts that are available with these different talking points for 5 of our flexible pathways.
You need a worksheet in the room. If you raise your hand, I can grab it for you. But yep, we have them, Amy.
Okay, awesome. So there should be the checklist for dual enrollment in early college, and then talking points for 5 of the state-supported flexible pathways. All right, flexible pathways toolkit. Let's talk about that before we go any further. This toolkit you can find on the Agency of Education's main webpage for early college and dual enrollment, and the flexible pathways page. There's a nice little toolbox you can click on, and the toolkit will pop up. And as I mentioned, and as you have in the room, there's talking points for career and technical education, dual enrollment, early college, virtual blended learning, and work-based learning. So I highly recommend that you take a look at that and start having those conversations. Let's see, take a look at my notes to make sure I'm not missing anything. let's start talking about our first section, college and high school. In this section, we're going to cover the who, what, why, and when of the various college and high school offerings or dual credit offerings and provide you with links and resources. Okay, so we just mentioned the toolkit. So this slide is to get you started on how you can start having these conversations. So you should begin talking and exploring these options, these post-secondary options, as early as middle school. I know CCV offers some really exciting access days for middle school students. So if your high school offers that, I highly recommend that you attend those. And start looking at your personalized learning plan and building the thoughts and your goals towards post-secondary education into your personalized learning plans. So we have the checklist for dual enrollment in early college, and we also have a nice sheet about CTE and the Fast Forward program, which I'll provide more detail in later.
Amy,
So
sorry to interrupt. We have a question. When you're talking about the checklists, are you talking about, are you ready for work-based learning as an example of a we were trying to find the
so
checklist.
for dual enrollment in early college, there's a checklist. Maybe it didn't get printed off.
I'll look
Just
for
for
it.
just for those two, there's checklists.
What's the name of the checklist? Is it just the different questions that they have you walk through?
Yeah.
Like why dual enrollment? Are you ready for dual enrollment? Are those the checklists?
Nope, those are the talking points.
Okay,
How about I'll point them out on the early college webpage or the dual enrollment webpage
great.
before we
Yeah,
sign off today. I
that
can
would be
do that.
helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome. So yeah, preparing for post-secondary coursework. So the Flexible Pathways Toolkit is a really great place to start. I highlighted the access days that the Community College of Vermont offers. They also offer a course called Introduction to College and Careers. It's a free non-credit course that is offered online and at some of their locations throughout the state. So that's something you can look into on the CCV website. They have a page specifically for high school students. And then another thing that we really emphasize is students are going to take online courses, either for dual enrollment, early college, fast forward, for any reason. VTVLC, the Vermont Virtual Learning Cooperative, has an introduction to online learning, and all high schools have the ability to register students for this course. It's a great course. They're actually enhancing it even as we speak to bring more dual enrollment and early college specific instructions and tips and tools into that course. It's really important to be prepared for an online course, as they're a whole lot different than an in-person course. Okay. All right. So now, why college and high school? So explore the world of college prior to high school graduation. So you get in, you see the environment. You receive both high school and college credits for taking a college level course, which is really exciting. If you do well, you do that goes on your permanent college transcript, and it also goes on your high school transcript towards graduation. You can get a jumpstart on earning credentials. You can get several post-secondary credits while in high school and be ahead of the game when you go to enroll permanently after high school. Expenses, it's free. So the dual enrollment, you receive 2 vouchers for free college tuition, and early college, you get a full year of tuition paid at 3 different institutions in Vermont. And it eases your transition from life from high school to into college, gives you an idea of what college is like before you leave your high school. Okay, so let's start talking first about dual enrollment. We're going to talk about 3 different programs that offer dual credit. And this might bring up some questions, so please don't hesitate to ask. We will, like I said, have some time after. So put your thinking caps on and take some notes if you need to on dual enrollment. So dual enrollment is for students in grades 11 and 12. You can request a voucher for the free tuition for a dual enrollment course upon the completion of 10th grade. So that means that the course that you want to take needs to start after your high school's graduation date. So if the course started in May, say for a summer course, you wouldn't be able to take that because you'll still be in high school. So if you had a course that started at the end of June or in July, you could take a summer dual enrollment course using one of the state's vouchers. So like I mentioned before, dual enrollment gives you the opportunity for 2 college courses tuition free. And that can be for courses anywhere from 1 to 4 credits. I recommend, get the most bang for your buck if you use your vouchers for the higher credit, the 3 and 4 credit courses. Okay. So yeah, there's 8 partnering Vermont colleges and universities that participate in dual enrollment. They are Bennington College, Champlain College, Community College of Vermont, Landmark College, Norwich University, St. Michael's, UVM, and Vermont State University at all 5 of their locations. So we talked about vouchers. To access these vouchers, you would go to the dual enrollment system and request an account and then request vouchers. And I'll get more specific about that later on in our presentation. All right, now early college. I've mentioned this a little bit before, but this is our second option to earn post-secondary credit while in high school. So early college is an option for students who want to spend their entire senior year full-time at a college campus. So students should start planning well in advance, like I mentioned before, as early as middle school and thinking about early college. But the application and approval process, that starts during 11th grade. So that can start as early as your fall semester of your 11th grade year. One big recommendation for early college is that students take a dual enrollment course prior to participating in early college. That when you don't want to jump right into a full-time program without having an idea of what college is like. So it's always great if you could take like a dual enrollment course or that introduction to online learning or Community College of Vermont's ICC course. So there's 3 partnering colleges that offer early college. So there was 8 for dual enrollment, but there's only 3 for early college. And those institutions are the Community College of Vermont, Norwich University, and the Vermont State College. And the best way to go about doing this is to, start talking with your high school counselor, start visiting the colleges if you're interested, have a campus tour. They all offer nice tours, connect with a college advisor and start doing that early. You can do that as early as, your 10th grade year if you want to start thinking about it, but you do need to apply in your junior year.
Honestly, I just want.
Hold on one sec. I forgot to introduce this one. So this next slide is a video that we created with real stories from students around the state that participated in early college. So I'm excited to share this with you. So you hold on one second. We'll start this video.
Honestly, I just wanted a new experience for school.
I was ready to get out of my bubble.
Ready for a new environment.
Because I wanted to get a head start on my education.
I didn't want to sit in a high school classroom anymore.
It was a great opportunity to broaden my horizon and careers in the future.
I decided to do early college because I was ready to take the next step in my education.
Vermont's early college program gives eligible high school students the chance to spend their entire 12th grade year taking college courses full-time. They'll earn college credit, complete any of their high school graduation requirements, and get a jump start on their college degree.
I was really nervous, honestly, to be missing out on my senior year, but then you meet so many new people.
I didn't even think I was going to go to college. And I visited here and I said, I want to just jump into it.
You can go remote like me, or you can go in person as well. And it gave me the freedom to get a job, hang out with my friends, do the activities at my school while still doing college.
I've been homeschooled up to this year 10 years. I said, hey, I'd like to look for something a little more structured, a little more involved.
I was looking for a different way to take control over what I do with my day.
I realized how great of an opportunity it was because you could graduate potentially early and save money.
It's free. There's actually the best word for it. It is free.
I didn't want to go into debt. So hearing that it was free, it was like, okay, like I can do this.
It allows me to be more financially free when I get out of here. I'm pretty excited to jump into a career.
This program was designed to help more students graduate from high school, be ready for college and training programs, and to extend their learning after high school.
I mean, literally, it has made me a more confident person. I feel like I can do things like this, where I can speak about my experience.
It's been able to help me gradually move from what is expected in high school to like what is expected in college.
You don't have to be a straight A honor student. You can be the average person who just wants a degree and goes and gets it.
And still do sports or theater or whatever you do through your high school.
And it's much more flexible than high school. Instead of meeting every day, you meet like once or twice a week. I can take online, in person.
Practice my study habits, time management, while also still getting to be at home.
Nobody in my family has a college degree.
I was the first early college student to ever be in the Corps of Cadets at North University.
This is the college I like, the college that I can do either at home at my kitchen table or here in a space like this.
That allows you to have a job and take care of your family or spend time with friends.
Early college has really helped me like figure out where I want to go in the future.
I am very excited to start my own in-home bakery kind of thing.
So I'm from Iraq and I kind of want to go and like work towards like the U.S. Embassy that's in Baghdad, which is where I was born.
I graduate from here in May, and then I'm going to transfer to the Berklee College of Music.
I think it's just made me broaden my vision of what I want to do and what is available to me.
And I get to now go on to a bachelor's degree. I have the experience, I have the classes, I have, well, the finances and everything too. So it's been pretty darn awesome.
There. I love that video. It gives me the chills every time I hear it. Before I start talking about the Fast Forward program, does anybody have any questions about dual enrollment or early college?
We have one question. Hey, you go.
Thank you. So I'm just wondering, can I apply for the dual enrollment program? I'm a sophomore right now. So can I take like dual enrollment summer courses or, the summer for like UVM or CCV if they start like in the summer after I've completed 10th grade?
You can, yes. So as long as the course starts after your high school's graduation date, you can actually start now and request an account in the dual enrollment system and get that approved by your school counselor. And if the course does start after your graduation date, you can request a voucher. You can request a voucher and your counselor can approve it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We have one more question.
Okay.
Another question.
In terms of other colleges not listed here, I mean, many other colleges have online programs. So is it possible, I mean, is that just between you and the college? Like if there's another school in another state that has a specialized online course, is that outside of this program, or is that just between us and the current high school?
That's between, so the state of Vermont pays the tuition and, provides vouchers at the 8 participating schools for dual enrollment and the 3 participating schools for early college. Many students do take courses at other dual enrollment courses at other colleges that some are supported by their high schools. And that is a form of a flexible pathway. It's just not a funded pathway through the state of Vermont. Great question. Did that answer it for you?
Do we have any other questions? All right, I think we're all set.
Okay, great. All right. Yeah, good questions. All right, so now we're going to talk about the Fast Forward program. And this is the 3rd program that students can participate in that also provides dual credit, college and high school credit. So this program is open to some 10th grade students. It's it varies on centers and it varies on the students. So some 10th grade students, but 11th and 12th grade students. And it's in certain career and technical education programs. So there's 15 different CTE centers that offer several different opportunities at each CTE center. So the courses are taught by adjunct faculty. So they're taught by high school or technical center teachers that are also college instructors. So they're adjunct faculty. So in order to teach the course, they have to be a faculty member at either the Community College of Vermont or the Vermont State University. Those are the two colleges that offer fast forward courses in Vermont. So the CTE instructor teaches the course, and the students receive college credit for participating in it in their CTE centers. So students who attend CTE centers and meet you still have to meet the college eligibility requirements, can access between 1 and 3 fast forward courses per semester, depending on their program. They can also, along with receiving these fast forward credits, they can still use their 2 dual enrollment credits. There are 2 dual enrollment vouchers to take dual enrollment courses at the same time. Also, in addition, each year CCV offers several online fast forward courses that are open to all students in the state. When you're ready to apply for fast forward courses, you would meet with your school counselor, start working on your personalized learning plans, and then connect with your local CTE center. And then also part of the CTE is the pre-tech programs. So pre-tech programs are for students in grades 9 or 10. They're either full or half-day programs offered at many of the CTE centers. They give students the chance to explore all the CTE programs. So they get a little taste of everything when they participate in the pre-tech program. So while doing so, they're also working on project-based learning to earn English, language arts, math, and social studies credits. So pre-tech foundations courses are a single course offered at many CTE centers focused on a specific program offered at a CTE center to give students exposure to that career path. So they get to go in and learn about several different career paths while participating in a pre-tech program. Okay, now for all 3 of these programs, fast forward, dual enrollment, and early college, you need to access the vouchers for the tuition for these courses through the dual enrollment site. And if you go to if you type in your search bar, Vermont dual enrollment, the first thing to pop up is our dual enrollment site. And on there, you'll see apply for a voucher. You'll go in and you'll request an account, and your high school counselor or the dual enrollment coordinator, which most likely is the high school counselor, will approve your account. And you have to complete your profile, your household information. You need to look up a course. It's very explanatory when you go through the process. Plus, we have lots of guides and videos to help you along with doing so. So you'd then request for dual enrollment in early college, you would request either 1 or 2 vouchers for dual enrollment, and your high school counselor would approve those vouchers. And then you'd provide that voucher number to the college, and they'll put that into their system, and it'll take care of your tuition. When I say tuition, there are other costs that students still will incur with taking courses. So we will pay for the tuition, but you're still responsible to pay for any textbooks or supplies that go along with whatever course you're taking. So just a reminder that there is some cost still that can be incurred. We do have on our dual enrollment site information about special stipends. So if you're financially eligible for a stipend, there is some money out there to help you with these textbooks and different class fees. So you can find that information again on the Vermont dual enrollment site, and the same for early college. If you're requesting vouchers for a fast forward course, which happens at a CTE center, You still request an account in your high school. Your sending high school approves your account, but fast forward vouchers are approved by your CTE center. So two different people work together to support you with your personalized learning plan and getting those courses for fast forward. Let's see if I forgot anything. Okay. Now we go on to a timeline. This is gives you an idea of when the different, like an overview of when you can access these college and high school opportunities. So dual enrollment is for students in 11th and 12th grade or rising 11th graders, those who have completed grade 10. Early college is for students who are in their senior year of high school. You start applying when you're a junior. Fast forward is grades 10, 11, and 12. Not all 10th graders. That's a select, and there are some different eligibility requirements for that, but we do have 10th graders participating in fast forward. And then pre-tech programs can happen in grades 9 and 10. As I mentioned earlier, talking about getting prepared, the introduction to college and careers, ICC, I think I abbreviated last time, and the introduction to online learning, you can start taking them as early as 7th grade. All right. Any other questions? All right, looks like we're good. I'll move on to our next category.
We have one question. I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay. Go ahead.
Hi. So you can earn, apparently you can earn college credit for AP classes. Do you know anything about that, how that works?
That is, again, another sort of flexible pathway. I don't have a lot of information on that, but yes, you can. It's based on what grade you receive on your final exam when taking an AP course. So, and each, I don't have a lot of specifics, but that is another way to earn college credit while in high school.
But there are certain schools that participate in that, or is it just each individual school will take a
each
look at
individual
that
school
during...
gets to decide what they pick what they're going to offer for AP. Some do quite a few AP classes, some do minimal classes, but every high school is different in what they offer.
Okay, thank you.
And for those questions, I would highly recommend, and for anybody in the room, if you haven't had a chance to meet with your student's high school counselor, I would highly recommend making an appointment and getting to know your counselor and start talking about these opportunities with them.
Awesome. Does anyone else have any other questions? All right, I think we're all set.
Thank you. Okay, careers in high school. So we've talked about college in high school. Now let's talk about careers in high school. We'll do the same plan as we did with dual enrollment in early college. We'll do the timeline and go through that with you in this section. Okay, so these are the benefits of flexible pathways that give you experience in education around the world of work. So in these programs, you'll gain skills, technical knowledge, academic foundation, and real world experience that you need to prepare for a high skill, high demand, and high wage career. So this is an exciting opportunity for students. You'll be able to participate in programs that meet the ever-changing needs of learners and employers and possibly earn a meaningful credential. We'll talk more about that later, but in CTE centers, they have several directions to support students in gaining credentials while participating in their programs. You could participate in work-based learning experience in real, virtual, online, or simulated work environments that also kind of blend in with exposing learners to these other post-secondary options. So it's not just a one way, just go to career. It'll blend it in and give you the opportunity to explore what could be next if you were thinking about post-secondary options. So we'll give you an overview of career and technical education. We already talked about how you can receive fast forward. You could take fast forward courses and receive college credit, but now let's talk about the program overall. So CTE centers provide opportunities for students to earn industry recognized credentials, college credit, fast forward, and paid work-based learning experiences. Participating in CTE and earning post-secondary industry recognized credentials gives you the opportunity to earn more money than those who do not have those credentials and or qualify for jobs that you might not otherwise be considered for. Students apply to a CTE center in their sophomore year in high school and attend in their 11th and 12th grade year. There are CTE centers in 15 service areas around Vermont, and some students participate in pre-tech programs as early as grade 9. Students in grade 10 may participate if space is available and the student has the maturity to successfully participate. So we talked about grade 10 earlier too. So the 15 service areas throughout Vermont CTE centers offer more than 17 different programs. But please note, not all programs are available at all centers. So there's 17 different programs, but they're not available at all centers. But one really cool aspect about CTE is if the center that's nearest to you doesn't have the program that you want to participate to, if you're able to, have your own transportation, you can go to another CTE center and participate in that program at another CTE center. It doesn't have to be your local center. We'll do it on time. I got a few minutes left. We'll talk about work-based learning. So work-based learning gives opportunities around the state that are designed to apply classroom learning in a real-world setting. These include job shadows, internship, paid work experiences. And to access work-based learning opportunities, you should, again, meet with your school counselor. Start working on that personalized learning plan. But many schools do have work-based learning coordinators that can give you more information about the opportunities or help you, build a flexible pathway into the work-based learning opportunity that you're interested in. We'll do the timeline for both CTE and work-based learning. Careers in high school. So CTE, 7th through 9th grade, you start college and career exploration with your personalized learning plan. You may participate in a pre-tech program, 10th grade, pre-tech. You also start applying in 10th grade for your 11th grade experience. And the same goes if you're in 11th grade and thinking of doing it as a senior. Work-based learning, again, start 7th through 9th grade, start exploring, start developing your personalized learning plan. Again, 10th grade, same idea. And then 11th and 12th grade is a typical grade level for participating in work-based learning opportunities. I think I covered it all. Do we have any questions about work while in high school?
We have a couple questions.
Okay.
Thank you. So like I said before, I'm a sophomore, and this summer I actually got a remote internship. And while the application was pretty easy, the job search was definitely, not my favorite. It wasn't fun at all. I used Indeed, and I had to really see if this company is legit and does it hire high school sophomores. So I'm just wondering if there are any platforms where I can find legit companies that do hire high school students.
There are platforms. Do you have a work-based learning coordinator at your high school?
I have a counselor who kind of helped me out with this process, as well as my teachers.
That's what high school do you go to?
Rice Memorial High School.
Rice? You know what? I know your counselor at Rice. I'll do a little bit of research and I'll get something off to your counselor.
Thank you.
How's that sound?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We have one more question.
I'm just trying to understand how this fits in with the personalized learning plan. I saw on the website that VAE offers resources to help develop it. I'm still a little confused on what exactly it is. I mean, it feels almost like it's like in the world of an IEP or a 504, but different, or is it like a personal plan that we create like a pathway to, the college search plan? Like, I'm not exactly sure, like, if you could tell me a little more about what that plan means.
Yeah, each high school, we do have a whole section on our webpage about personalized learning plans. So please feel free to take a look at that. So each school, elementary, middle, high school, has their own way of approaching a personalized learning plan. And it's not a one size fits all document or tool that we hand out. Schools get to make a decision and design their own planning at a local level. So they may not call it a personalized learning plan. Some schools have different names for it, but it's basically a way to support students in an ideal world, like say for high school starting in 7th grade, and document your goals, your progress, your next steps, and continue to build and move upon what you would like to see yourself doing or being or moving on to post high school. So again, school counselor, they can let you know what your individual school does regarding personalized learning planning. Please feel free to take a look at our webpage. We do have a really nice template. The other thing with personalized learning, the Agency of Education right now is working on supporting. We have different groups out there supporting schools and in enhancing their personalized learning plan. So it's kind of an exciting time now where schools are really jumping into enhancing their personalized learning plans and finding different management systems sometimes for them, or different templates to support students, or even finding the time to schedule into their school days to provide students the time to work on their plans. So I would ask your high school counselor what they do for personalized learning. It's not really similar to a IEP. It's kind of like a living document that students continue to build throughout their experience at their school. Does that help at all? There isn't like a specific answer for what a personalized learning plan is.
Did you have another follow-up question or no? Does anyone else have any other questions? I think we're all set.
Okay, good. And you can also, I'll tell everybody later, if you have really any questions at all, you can email me and I can connect you with the department. We have a whole department that works on personalized learning plans. So I am more than willing to connect anybody with work-based learning professionals, personalized learning, anything. So feel free to email me at any time. And we can dive deeper into topics. So. All right, part 3, before we run out of time here. It looks like we're getting close. Expanded learning in high school. So what is expanded learning in high school? This is where you can view college and career in high school as forms of expanded learning. But there's other ways of learning that can be expanded. Boy, I'm not making any sense. So expanded learning. We talked about VTVLC, the Vermont Virtual Learning Community. They're a forum of expanded learning opportunities. And there's also the Vermont Virtual High School and BYU Online. So virtual blended learning and expanded learning opportunities are mostly remote. So why expanded learning in high school? You can get a range of online learning opportunities. So you could do online courses through dual enrollment in early college, and that's a form of expanded learning in high school. VTVLC and Virtual High School and BYU allow students the choice of time and place and pace of learning. So dual enrollment courses are on a weekly basis, early college are on a weekly basis, but expanded learning opportunities, several of them let you choose your pace of when you want to take the courses and how long you want to take the courses and where you want to take the courses. and they employ a variety of digital tools, content, and support. And, VTVLC. So students, it's open to students in grades 9 through 12. They actually do have courses for students in elementary as well. They offer these courses in the fall and the springs, and the fall and the spring. They're 16 to 18 weeks with a lot of flexibility. They have over 100 online courses, and they meet online through any Vermont high school. And if you're interested in participating, you would, again, connect with your high school counselor. Many schools pay for these courses for you. They have a certain number of courses that they can provide for free, and your school counselor can let you know if that opportunity is available for your student or for you. And then the timeline, it's really grades 7 through 12. And it's, you know, it's determined by your local school. We have time for questions. I think that's basically, I have resources. This PowerPoint will be shared out as well as a recording of this. All these links are live, so you'll be able to find the documents that I've talked about today in these resources. And I got 4 minutes. Here's my name and my email address. And like I said earlier, I appreciate emails. I love feedback, and I love to help provide people with answers. So don't hesitate about any of these programs that I talked about today or anything that comes up. I can either answer them or point you in the right direction.
Amy, we have a question from online. Do you have any information to share about the VAST program offered through VTSU?
I actually do know that this is the last year for the VAST program. They're now going to be completely incorporated into their early college program. But if you go to the VTSU webpage, they do have like all, like CCV and Norwich, they all have a high school page for high school students. So you could go there and look for any information that they have specific to their programs at VTSU. But I believe this is the last year for the VAST program.
Thanks, Amy. I'll let you know if there's any follow-up on Zoom, any follow-up questions.
I'm just going to try to share. I'm going to do another share and bring up the Flexible Pathways Toolkit to show you that, since we have a minute. My Zoom technique down here. Okay, so if you type in the search bar, just Vermont, we'll start with dual enrollment. We pop right up at the very top of the page on most browsers. Here's the link you would use to apply for a voucher for dual enrollment. And then right here at the top are planning resources for you. And here's a link to that toolkit. Go here. And this toolkit has everything for 5 of the different flexible pathways that we talked about today. So when I was talking about the checklist, this is the document that I was hoping was included in your packets. So if you didn't get that today, you can get this online. All right. Does anybody have any questions about the dual enrollment early college webpage? You can go over here on the left and it'll bring you right to early college. All the different opportunities: Vermont virtual learning, dual enrollment, work-based learning, career, CTE. I think the personalized learning plan link was on right here, personalized learning. Here's the link to that. And then there's a link here for personalized learning overview. So this is where you'll find all the information that we discussed today. those resources that are also linked in the PowerPoint. You figure out how to stop there. Okay. That concludes my presentation. Thank you all for coming today. Feel free to reach out through email. I'm happy to talk further about anything.